Would you really
And
like
clearly-
to answer the question that I'm going to ask you?
I'm sorry?
Would you really like to answer the question I'm going to ask you
Yeah, sure.
about how incompetent I am? Did
I
you
didn't
get
s-
the money that I transferred to your bank account?
$300.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many times did you get it?
I've only seen it once.
Okay. It's set up to happen again.
Okay. I haven't seen that. You didn't tell me that,
Yes,
but I appreciate
but
that.
I'm incompetent, so I should never have done it.
What does that have to
I
do
don't
with
know
price
what
of
I'm
gas?
doing.
Mom,
That has
you
nothing to
know
do with
why
what
the
he's saying.
police left?
Why?
Because they don't think you're incompetent. Okay?
But then why does everybody that's here think that?
Because how many
We-
times are you going to
we
threaten
don't think you're-
suicide?
We don't think you're incompetent.
No one ever said you were
We see
incompetent.
you having memory problems. We see you being confused. We see you having issues every day. Okay? Every time we come over and you get belligerent about it. Why? Because we're trying to help you. Now, since you can't organize your medicine on yourself because somebody had to come in and straighten them out for you, and since you refuse to cooperate with your own children,
I did the medication. It needed to be redone, so that's why I had.
Why was Julie here then today? Why was she dealing with
I
him?
have no idea.
Because she opened the bottle. There were two different medications. I don't know what the medication names are in there. She
In
says,
what
"Mom,
bottle?
just let me talk,
Wait a minute,
please.
yeah, that's why I'm asking the question.
What
of you.
bottle?
In what
Let me
bottle?
finish talking."
Go ahead.
There was Seroquel and there was something else in there. I don't know the name of it because nobody told me the name. There are two medications. She says, "Mom, why are there two different medications in the bottle?" And you're like, "I don't know." And then she opens up the pill case here and sees it all messed up. The days were not matching up. Some had a half a pill, some didn't. There were different colors.
Some
different...
had 2 pills, some had
excuse
6
me,
pills.
excuse me.
So,
Just so you understand, I was not here when that happened, but it happened within the last 4 hours, and you don't remember. Okay, I'm just.
I've been here. I haven't left yet.
I'm just telling you, this happened while she's been here,
And
and you don't remember.
And I was in the other room.
No, you were not.
I
You were
was
sitting
doing-
right next to me. Julie was sitting in the spot I was sitting in. Call the angel now. Yes.
I was not here when she took the bottles.
No, we're not talking about taking the bottles. We're talking about doing the medication here on the table. You were sitting here.
The medication, today is about the time that I would have been doing it. It wasn't totally filled up right
They
now.
asked you to do it on Sunday and that you said no. Julie sat here on Sunday, from what I'm told, and cut the pills in half and made it the correct order. Where are the pill bottles now? I don't know. That's not my concern at the moment. I don't know what to tell you. I
He
don't
was
know.
here on Friday.
Wait a minute.
I was
And
here
I asked me
on, I
what
was
other
here on
bottle.
Monday. I was here on Monday,
And you asked
and
me
I
where those
came.
bottles were.
Yes, because my mother asked for them. And I
Okay?
asked you to put them in a pill holder. Once again, I don't care about that. I'm talking about today. You were sitting here with Julie and Megan, working on your pills because they weren't correct. And
First of
pardon
all,
me, let me finish.
Can I say something?
Just let him
Go ahead.
finish.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
No, she's
I
not wrong.
went to bed when they were doing that. I was not here listening.
But
I
you
was-
sat here
No, I
for
wasn't.
10 minutes while she was doing it and arguing with her.
No.
And then you went to bed.
Okay,
Whatever.
Once again, the point is, this happened today, and you don't remember. Okay, that's a problem for us because we don't want a problem to happen.
Julie is sick. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and probably spiritually, for all I know.
She went off on me last night. Yes.
She is sick. I've never seen her sick before in my life. That sick. I have him also, who's on kidney dialysis, which I don't need to explain to you. But you know the rigorous what that does on someone's body. I don't need to explain that to you. And I got your other son in La La Land, but he comes down from Earth from time to time, and he knows what's going on. I'm Maury here, also getting physically sick on me, because he deals with it on a daily basis from what I'm told. We're all worried about you, Stevie. Julie took your keys because who the hell knows? You can get into a terrible accident, probably kill people or kill yourself. Do we want that? No. If this was happening to me, what would you do? You would take my keys, you would take my medication, you would do whatever it is to save my life, wouldn't you? Yes or no?
I haven't decided.
Thanks.
Wow. Okay. Mom?
Tables
I got you back in
sorry.
your car.
Tables are turned.
I
Mom?
got you back in your
That
car.
has nothing to do with the price of gas right now.
Mom?
Tables are turned. Your children are now in charge.
We're going to have somebody come in to help you. Okay? If you can't accept that,
Who's done the pills for, how many years has it been?
I don't know. Do you remember that?
What, how many years it's been? Since July 7th.
Let me ask a question.
Do you remember our conversation here on Monday?
No.
Do you remember my phone call yesterday? I called you
Pardon?
at lunchtime?
Pardon me.
Sorry.
Pardon me. Do you remember our conversation yesterday
No.
when I was sitting by your bed because you wouldn't get up in the morning? I told you that I have all your paperwork. Made a copy. I'm going through it to make sure we have everything because we have to be organized if there's a problem. Why am I doing this? Because you gave me that responsibility.
Yes.
Okay? I'm in charge of your estate. I'm in charge of your health and your
Financials.
medical
Well,
power of attorney.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in charge of all of these things.
Yeah, you gave it to him.
Okay? You gave me that job. Why? Because I'm responsible and I will do it.
You told me that
oth-
earlier.
The other day, on Sunday, we came over here because I asked my siblings to come over here so we could go through documentation and get your paperwork straightened out so we don't have that problem. I did that because that's the job you gave me. When I came into the room, they were already talking about your medication and taking your car away. That was not my conversation. That's what happened when I came in. Okay? So I came back on the next time I could and said, we have to take care of this. I sat by your bed. I explained to you why. That it's my job to do these things and I'm going to do them. Why? Because 20 years ago, before you started forgetting these things and having problems, you told me I was responsible for it. Okay? I am being the responsible person here. If you don't like that, you have a problem because you're going to have to live with it now. Now, we could get 2 doctor's notices, two doctor's letters, and we can file them, and they can say that we are your guardians now and you can't take care of yourself, and whatever has to be done, we can do. Okay? We could do that. That's not my intention. I am hoping that you would be cooperative with your children who are trying to help you. Okay? I will continue to do this. And why will I continue to do this? Tell me, why will I continue to do this?
He loves you.
Because you're crazy.
Because he
No.
loves you.
Excuse
You're his
me.
mother.
No.
Huh?
Because you gave me this responsibility.
I gave
You gave me this
No.
responsibility years ago
You did,
when
Stevie.
you
wrote it
when
in
you
your trust.
completed your documents.
You wrote it in your trust.
Okay? I am still doing that. And I have a problem because you don't seem to understand what's going on all the time. So it's my responsibility to do this. Once again, I don't want to pull doctor's letters and take responsibility of you legally.
No.
So I'm asking you to cooperate with your family. we're going to have somebody come in and help around your house.
Randy,
So they can check your medication, they can make sure you take pills.
that has already been done.
Too bad. I guess they're coming in, is what he's saying. It's going to happen whether you
This
want it
is-
or not.
This,
My
Mom,
pills.
the only reason you're here right now is yes, because you're coherent enough to talk about it. But you're having problems. I just spoke to 2 officers out there because they were going to take you to the psych ward for another 3 days. Okay? They're not.
They didn't. They left.
All right.
Why? Because you have a support group here who wants to help you.
What about the fact that I have been taking those pills
For all these times, yeah.
all this time?
And now you're having a problem because you're getting older and that's
why
what
am I
happens.
having a problem?
Because you're getting older and that's a life cycle.
Excuse me.
No, that's my training. I'm
Excuse
sorry.
me, but I have the list of them.
Who cares? I have a list too. What does that have to do with the price of gas?
Okay,
Yeah.
Mom, once again, I just want you to know I'm doing this because I have to. It's my job.
The fact that
Okay.
I've taken them exactly
You're-
the way
you're-
they're supposed
you're-
to be for years and years.
I
and
just
years
watched your
and
daughter
years.
do what she did. Next time I'm with her, I'll take a video of her doing it and then show you the video.
Take a video of her.
Randy,
doing what?
I have to go to
Take
Best Buy and get a
Straight-
camera for this house.
Take a video of
straightening out
her
your
doing
pills
what?
straightening out your pills.
Straightening
so
out
they're
your
correct.
pills. So when you argue about this, I can show you the video and go, oh,
The only-
that's what my daughter was
the
doing.
only problem is the new pills that Randy picked up that or somebody's mixing up with other things.
Who's the somebody? That's what Julie was trying to ask.
No.
You're blaming somebody else for touching your pills again.
But who's the
Okay.
somebody?
The only other
Just
person
stop.
is me.
Just stop. Just stop. As I said, Mom, I'm trying to help you, and I will continue to do that.
Would you
Okay,
like to
I
look
don't-
at my lists and everything else that I use to
No.
go through all of these things to make sure
No.
that they're correct?
No, I know
Julie already
they were
did it.
incorrect because I have 2 people who sat here and told me. I have 2 people who sat here and told me while you were sitting there they were incorrect and they had to
This
straighten
is
them out.
the list of the pills.
Yeah, Randy
Good.
already has it.
Good.
I have brought it to
Good,
the
that-
doctor.
You
that
can
helps.
wipe your ass with that.
That helps.
I have
That helps, okay?
That's
So
what
you
I-
have a list and you put the pills together and they were incorrect. Somebody came and looked at them and said they were incorrect.
what was incorrect about it.
I just told you there are 2 different pills in a bottle.
Okay.
So Julie sat here and goes, okay, now we have to separate. And then I open a white bottle and went, Julie, look, there's 2 pink here and there should be white. So I went like this and I emptied it and put it in her hands and she put it in the correct bottles. She
And
made
your
them all
pill-
correct
and your
for
pill
you.
case had, in one day it had 2 pills, the other day it had 6 pills. So something is wrong. No, don't look at it now. Julie fixed it.
What about the fact that I haven't taken them at all because of all this?
Why haven't you taken them?
Because everybody has been screaming at me all the time.
I asked you to take them yesterday. You said you would do it.
Whatever I took yesterday morning, I took yesterday morning.
Okay, good.
They weren't, I don't know if they were in your pill case, so I don't know what you took. I have no clue. Do you remember?
I know that I took a couple of those last night.
Yeah, don't
Couple
look
of
in
what?
there because she just
the
redid
two,
it.
The 2 that were there, I don't know what the names of them are.
Okay.
Because you guys took everything and did everything.
I didn't take anything or do anything. I asked you if I could help you, you said no. That was it. I asked if I could help you and you said no.
How have I possibly lived this long? How have
Mom.
I possibly
Hey
lived
Mom,
this
you know
long?
what? You know what? People live this long all the time. You know what? People lose their memory and stop remembering things and get confused all the time.
Yep.
It's a fact of life.
Okay.
Why do you think that you would be any different than any other person that it happens to?
because it hasn't happened to me yet.
Really?
It's right now happening to you. That's what
Every
your
day.
doctors told you.
Every
It's
day.
happening
That's what
every
your doctor
day.
told you.
You,
Okay. So
Right? I wasn't
you-
there, but that's what he told you.
Don't remember that this is happening to you all the time, so it's not
what
happening.
have I forgotten?
Did you remember my phone call yesterday, Stevie?
Mom, you forgot the appointment with me at the escrow company. You forgot where the escrow company was. You forgot where you parked your car in a parking lot and insisted it was stolen and moved somewhere else. You forgot to take your pills. You left pills sitting on the floor next to your
Oh my
bed.
God, the dog could have
A
taken
dozen of them.
You left me stranded at the
Excuse me.
repair shop.
You
that I
left
had to
him
call
stranded
in.
at the repair shop, and I had to drop him off. And then you told people, "Oh, he was already home when I got here." Okay, we see these things all the time. You don't remember them. That's because you're having memory problems. Okay, that's the way it works. Do you remember the last time you saw Michael? Michael Taxer?
When he was alive.
The last time you saw him when he was alive, when was it? Do you remember that?
No, I don't know exactly what it
It
was,
was
but I know.
Elka's Memorial.
But I know that I was at his funeral.
I understand
And no
that.
one else at the.
I came in. I couldn't go to his funeral. I was working.
I'm not
Do you
talking
remember-
about
I came in here when Michael was here. He looked at me. He knew who I was.
I know my.
He couldn't hold the
I know he was
conversation.
forgetting
He
things.
couldn't do anything else. Yeah.
Do you remember my phone call with you yesterday? No, seriously.
What?
Do you remember I called you yesterday?
Don't look at me. I didn't even know she
No,
was
no, no,
coming.
don't. Shh. Don't yell. Just don't yell.
Okay,
I'm
let's
just
see.
asking
I'm
you a
not
question.
blaming anybody. I'm not looking at anybody. I'm not saying anything. Because if I look at somebody, I'm blaming them. If I look at this one, I'm
have it on
saying the wrong
video, it's
thing.
okay.
If I look at that one, I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm
Stevie.
not saying a thing.
Stevie, I'm asking you a question. Do you remember my phone call yesterday?
No.
So it's a good thing I came at 1 and not at 12:30 because I was a little afraid that you'd be mad at me that I was late. No, I got in trouble yesterday. Your son yelled at me because you had the chutzpah to tell him and Julie that I wasn't there the day I was supposed to be there. Then
Lori
then
might
I
have
sent
told them, but I
then-
did not.
I sent an email saying exactly why. And I called Randy that day and he said, I cannot come, there's an issue. And he was supposed to call you because I didn't have a phone.
I did.
There was a gunman in my complex area.
First of all,
That's why I sent the emails to the both of them.
that was
But
supposedly.
I got yelled at yesterday.
That was supposedly today.
No, that was
That's the
3 weeks
story-
ago.
That was your story you told me today.
What happenn't 3 weeks ago?
Okay.
But I got yelled at yesterday from Randy because it upset your daughter and it upset you.
It didn't.
That's what I was
First
told.
of all, you. First,
was told
number
from Randy.
one, you didn't show up. Yes. Number two, I was not angry about it.
Okay, maybe you weren't, but
Lori might have
I
been.
was.
whoever was, like, I just heard the anger from Randy and got yelled at from Randy because somebody and Julie were upset. So I sent emails the other night saying this is exactly why. My apologies. If there was no gunman,
Now supposedly.
I would have been here.
Supposedly.
I
But
did.
that's not the
Randy,
problem.
you called Randy, and Randy told her, but she failed to tell me.
I didn't
Well, there
know
you go.
about the gunman. Randy didn't tell me any
Well,
of
there
that.
you go.
She did.
Okay. But the question originally was, do you remember me calling you yesterday and you stated to me, no.
No, I don't.
Do you remember what you had for dinner last night? I don't know, I wasn't here, so I'm asking a question.
We had leftovers.
What did she have for dinner last night?
One of those.
One of what?
What?
One of what?
One of these onion bagel thingies
Yes.
that smell my
No,
bum?
I tasted one of those yesterday.
And that's the reason you told me you wouldn't go to dinner with us, because you were full.
Because you ate one of those?
Yeah.
I ate a couple of them in the morning. Or afternoon.
I can't argue with you when you're eating because I'm similar. So I'm not arguing with that. But I'm just trying to show you, Stevie, that you know what? I'll have this on record, but my dad has memory issues too. Guess what? I get to do this at home as well. And you're older than him. Lucky me. But what I'm trying to say is it's not just happening to you. It happens to it's happening to a bunch of people. Did your mom have dementia or Alzheimer's when she was done?
No, but she forgot things. When she forgot things?
No.
When she started, when she moved in with my sister because my sister insisted on it and then wouldn't let her do anything.
I didn't know that.
And that was when it happened because she couldn't, Elka wouldn't let her do anything.
So it's Elka's fault?
So apparently, was Elka the medical advance directive?
No.
Was she in charge of your mom?
This was when before Ryan got married, and they had decided that everybody was going to take one night and plan dinner themselves. Especially that's because Elka and Bernie both cooked, or Bernie cooked and Elka probably didn't. But my mother wasn't part of that group. She wasn't given the opportunity to do it one night. Of course, that's because they always talked about her food cooking was terrible, but so was
Yes,
mine.
it was.
Okay.
What year did Elka die? Do you remember? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you questions. You don't remember when she died? I remember the day she got diagnosed. Do you remember the day she got diagnosed?
I don't know what date it was, but yes, I was there. It was perfectly horrible that 2 weeks after telling her it was just a cold, that it was stage 4 cancer.
Who said it was a cold?
Kaiser. She had gone in. She was on a trip 2 weeks before she was diagnosed. She was on they went on a cruise out of Europe, and before she didn't feel good. She had gone there 2 or 3 times. Bernie can tell you because he took her.
It doesn't matter.
And they said it was just a cough or a cold or something like that. And then when
do you remember the year Joel died?
Yeah, you can have it.
2004 maybe.
What year did Dad die, Randy?
2004.
I remember the month Elka got diagnosed because it was a bittersweet day for me because I got my dialysis. I got diabetes. I got disability.
I'm sorry, but she got diagnosed the day she came back from that trip 2 weeks later.
Okay,
let's not talk
so
about...
my dad is having memory
Let's
issues.
not talk about Elka. Let's not talk about things like
Lee
that.
is also starting to have memory issues. It's happening to the best of us. Unfortunately, when I was taught in school as a chaplain, it's the life cycle. Okay? I hate to say it, but it's true. It's part of aging. I know you are the most independent person I've ever met in my life. Other than my mother, sorry. But you are. You're very independent, and you were always that way. It's why I stuck with you and didn't stick with Shelly Schwartz. No offense. Sorry, Shelly.
You know what she asked me?
What?
She asked me whether I'm insane putting up with this. You know what I should have said to her? I'm a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, well.
Julie said to him, you might have been in the bedroom, but I don't know if Julie told you this, Randy. Julie had a nice I don't know if it was nice, but okay, we'll just fill in the blank later. She had a decent conversation with him, explaining to him that this is his own life, and he needs to choose what he wants to do with it.
Who are we talking about?
Julie, this is the conversation she had with him about staying here and the issues.
I didn't say I was leaving.
No, he never once said to me.
That is his choice.
Wait.
That's
He
fine.
never once said to me that he wants to leave. He says he loves you.
Is this what was fixed on the oven?
That you've always been.
That's from the stove.
That you've always been
I
family.
can throw this out, right?
Yes.
He wants to be here,
Okay,
but he doesn't want this fighting anymore. That's what he's trying to
neither
tell
do
you.
I. Neither
Okay,
do
so
I.
how do we stop it?
Lock the door.
Lock the door on him?
No, on you guys.
I'm not talking about us. I'm sorry. We're family and you have to put up with it. And I'm talking about Maury right now. How do you stop arguing with Maury? How does Maury stop
I
arguing
have
you?
to stop ever asking a question or making a suggestion.
No. Asking the question for the 100th time, the same question.
Okay, once again,
Yeah.
Maury,
Yes.
asking a question for the 100th time.
Who cares?
That's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's,
She doesn't remember.
Yes.
Okay?
I don't mind it
you
asking.
can't blame her for that.
Just a minute. I don't mind her asking the question. The being belligerent and argumentative
Oh,
about
yes.
the answer continuously.
Yes, when all of a sudden he had a sore on his other foot, and I suggested that he call
See,
and
over and over
ask
again.
about it. Then he got all bent out of shape with me.
My question again is, how do we stop it?
I don't.
How do you stop the arguing
The
between
only
the two of
the
you?
only thing we
you
way
give me
we
a
can
suggestion?
stop it is if I don't give a shit about what happens to him.
Yep.
If I'm concerned about what happens to him,
I said
Then-
to you very plainly,
yes,
Okay.
yes, I
the
know.
nurse is coming on Tuesday.
Ready?
Yes.
I'm
And
not,
I told you should call the doctor anyways also. But
who am I going
Mom,
to see?
Okay. Well,
Mom, let him take care of himself.
yeah, he's been doing that for how many years? I don't know.
Yeah.
84.
80
Well,
something?
do it.
Yeah.
How long-
Damn, you're
That's
good,
what-
okay?
How long, Mother,
Okay,
has he been taking care of himself?
I don't know, but
You just told me the
all right.
answer.
How long have you been taking care of yourself?
How many years? How old are you?
82.
82, my butt.
But you,
You don't
think
look
you need to
82.
take care of him because he won't?
No, seriously, you don't look
Someday I'll
82.
tell you. Someday I'll tell you the secrets, but not now.
Shocks. Chocolate. I know it's dark chocolate.
So you can harass him and tell him what to do and how he should be taking care of himself, but he can't help you.
So in other words, what you're saying is I can't make a suggestion.
You can make it a
If something
suggestion,
happens,
but he's
No.
telling you. He's
It's-
saying that
No.
you're being belligerent.
Excuse me, Mother.
Sorry.
I'm sure you do the same things that you've done before. I know that.
Are you clean?
I remember being in a car in Chicago and you calling here and telling Marv to get off the couch. Okay? Not that he's going to do it. You're 2,000 miles away. He
was
can do
just a
whatever
good
the hell he
idea.
wants, but you're going to complain to him about it.
no, I'm going to
Just like you're going to
suggest
complain about other things here.
it. And you know something?
Okay?
That was the reason that
He
that,
wants to help you,
that
but
was
you
the
don't want his
reason
help.
that I got
Let him
together
talk.
with Marv.
Why?
Because I used to bring dinner to Marv and his wife when she was on hospice for 30 days
2 more
before I
minutes,
had the
yes.
stroke and before she died.
Okay.
I used to bring it to them, and I used to see that Annette and I would go in the kitchen and talk, and he would sit in front of the television and never move.
So
Okay.
what?
And I just, because that's,
So
because
you
that's how it was.
invited him in so you could change him, right?
You know my
yes,
my
absolutely, because,
Absolutely.
wait a minute.
Oh, I just got that on
You,
video.
All right, let
you didn't like the way he lived
Let
his
me
life, so
say-
you had to
let
change
me
him,
say
right?
something, let me
Go
say
ahead.
something.
Yes? Was that a yes,
His
Randy?
kids did everything, from taking his walker and putting it in the trunk of the car to
What's wrong with
What does that have to do
So-
with you?
Once again,
because it doesn't
once
have
again,
anything to do with
you
me. It has
didn't
to
like
do.
the way he lived his life.
You're right.
Yes.
I
Okay.
didn't think that was good for him.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
You
His
didn't like the
daughter-
way you lived
His daughter called me and said that he never would have lived as long as he did if he wasn't here.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
But
Good
that
for
was
her.
what-
But you chased them away.
No, one day I know exactly what I
What
did.
happened?
One day, he was complaining about something. We were driving somewhere, and I stopped the car on the other side of Burbank, but on the other side, and I told him he could walk back to the house, and then I wouldn't say a word to him.
And
Okay, that was half a block.
How
away
did that
from the
lead to
house.
Julie throwing his stuff out on the lawn?
okay, Mom.
Because
Marv didn't walk around. And if he was on Burbank, he was at least 3 blocks away from here. I don't think he could have walked that far anyways.
All
Okay?
right. Okay, so he called,
Social service